Alright guys, just want to do another little video here. We got a Bosch miter saw. Go ahead and get it unboxed. And I don't know, we're probably not going to be using it today. It's just mostly getting it unboxed so we can see if it's damaged from shipping, right, James?
Yeah, because I had a couple holes in it in the box.
Okay, got your knife out?
Yeah.
So go ahead and start opening it up. Don't cut yourself.
Okay.
So hey guys, just gonna do a little voiceover here. So the package was a little damaged when we got it, so just wanted to make sure we got it unboxed, check everything out because it all came through the mail. Yeah, everything looks pretty good so far. All right, now we ended up putting that little bottom piece on backwards, so we're actually got that flipped around and got it put back on there the right way. Very easy to get this stuff switched around, put it on the wrong way, whatever like that, because the instructions were very vague. So anyway, hopefully this video kind of helps you out. So putting the wheels on now. Those are pretty easy. You just gotta make sure you kind of twist it in there. One went through easily. The other one, we had to just use the wrench to just kind of screw it in there because it was awfully tight. So, and then, yep, same thing here. Thread it through, washer on both sides. Then your nut, yep. I used a ratchet. That was the other thing too. They used different sizes on the wrenches. So they went from metric to standard. So here's kind of a list of the tools I used. The 17 millimeter kind of went over the lock nut a little better, so that's what I used there. Yeah, so this is what you got to do, guys. You got to try, and there's the back. You got to thread it through there, and then you got to try and stick your finger in there to thread that on. So yeah, guys, this was probably one of the most challenging parts, getting this all aligned and put on there, but you got to make sure that it's on this thing is in the upright position to do that. We tried to tilt it over because we thought it would be easier, but it's not easier at all. So anyway, got those 4 bolts in there and nuts on there and tightened up. Make sure that you don't over tighten. It's very easy to do. I think I did that on one of these. Well, they couldn't have made this any more difficult, huh?
Yeah.
Alright guys, these blue things here is what the miter saw sits on, and then the little red knobs tightens it up, and you're able to move them back and forth to adjust the miter saw. Okay, so we got this thing setting up here, and this just adjusts. Let's do one in here. Hopefully. Got the 4 bolts to screw in here. Now I'm going to screw one in, and then we can adjust for the other ones. And then we're just going to move this back and forth before we can get all the bolts in. Just remember, don't tighten them all the way up or you won't be able to move it around and get the other bolts in. This here is just getting the miter saw released there. Blade guard, so we can raise that up and take the cardboard out and get it ready to... there's a back piece of cardboard as well that we got to take out of there. There's a little release there in the back. You raise it up and it'll release that so you can get that piece of cardboard out of there. And then put this little knob in the front that comes in the bag as well, and that'll actually, as you tighten that, you can tighten it up into one spot or release it and move it back and forth. So it's kind of a cool design there. So just loosen it and then you can move your miter back and forth. Chop saw, and then you release that lever and then you can do full cuts or lock it and do just shortcuts. So pretty handy little design there. It's kind of made to where you can fit it right up against the wall and not take up too much space. This sawdust catcher, it just kind of clicks on there. It's like a quick release and you just push it on, and then when you want to take it off, you just push it in and it comes right off. And it also swivels back and forth so it's up out of your way. Kind of a cool deal. So there you can see that lock up and down. That keeps it from going all the way out. Then lock it down and you're good to go. I'm just kind of playing with it here because I've never had a miter saw before. I just kind of seen them around. So pretty darn neat, as you can see. And that was the bevel I was just messing with. It's also got dual bevel, which is pretty cool too. So let's see what else we're going to do here. Oh, here's your workpiece clamp. So if you got something kind of long, you can stick that in either side and kind of tighten it down onto your your piece of wood, and it'll keep it from moving around. And there's a hole on each side, as you'll see here in a second. It fits right in that hole there. Then you just screw it down. There, I'm screwing it there, trying to get it up probably all the way. And then on this side, same thing. You got another little hole there to kind of clamp it down. And then of course, just when you screw down on it, it causes pressure, and then it won't move your workpiece around. There, I'm kind of screwing with that dual bevel again, just kind of figuring this thing out. There's a lot to do with this particular tool, so it's probably going to take me a minute to figure it all out. Now I'm just doing the final tightening on those 4 bolts. Now they just screw in. There is no nut on the back of these, so you just tighten those up real good, and then you should be able to get ready to. We're going to move it here in a second. So getting the final tighten on these things. And then you just unscrew these little knobs, and then you can move out this so you've got something to hold your work. It doesn't hold your work, it just supports it while you're cutting it, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
When you're done, you slide it back in, tighten up the little nut. And then we'll see them over here, right? Loosen it, slide it back in, tighten it back up. Like with the base. So we lock that, you take this off. Shouldn't we be able to move the saw around now?
Like the whole thing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How's that work? You got the video over there?
Yes, I think I'll get the video.
So you got, this is all tied, everything's tied. I would say just make sure everything is bolted down the way it's supposed to be. And then what? So you gotta release this thing. Yeah, don't forget to loosen that front little hinge there. It won't release and lock down into the lock position. Just moving it into its final place. The thing is my floor's not level, it's just carpeted, so I had to move this thing around several different times to try and find a halfway decent flat spot. So that's why I keep moving it and setting it up, trying to find a decent flat spot. And I may just, I might have to make one, but anyway, yeah, pretty cool overall. Nice machine. Anyway, all right, well, I guess till the next time, we'll catch you on the next one. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching, guys.
Hey.